going to kill anybody. Is it killing anybody? No. Now, if I took it out and I went out and, you know, started capping rounds off at people, yeah, it's going to kill somebody. But guns don't kill people. It's the person behind that gun that kills the people. And people aren't realizing that, and they think by banning one specific AR-15 and then going after all the knockoff AR-15s, which, by the way, there's a slew of them. I mean, there's no way they'll be able to do it. Somebody used a different gun. Somebody used a Glock. Shit, the freaking cops carry the Glock. Okay? If it wasn't a good gun, good handgun, the police wouldn't be carrying it. They'd go back to their revolvers. Same thing with, let's see, so you got the semi-automatic rifle, you got the semi-automatic pistol, and you got the semi-automatic shotgun. Okay. You ban semi-automatic guns, I have no problem with a pump gun. I got no problem with an 8-shot 357 Magnum. Okay? Because that's what I would go with. I have no problems. It would just make me practice more. You know, put another one in there and, you know, you're back in business. I mean, you know, I would have no problem with that whatsoever. But that would infringe upon our rights. It's unfortunate that there are some people out there that are just out. I don't know what drives another person to kill people. I really don't. Indiscriminately murder them. I mean, self-defense is one thing. When you walk into a crowded movie theater with an AR-15 with a, from what I understand, it looked like a slide fire stock, and they do work if you use them correctly, and a 100-round Beta C mag. Yeah, you're gonna mess up a lot of people. I mean, if this kid knew exactly what he was doing, he could have hurt a lot more people. He could have killed a lot more people. The same thing with the Connecticut shooting that just happened. And I think that's what really is turning people off about these guns. You know, semi-automatic pistols, rifles, and shotguns, yes, they hold a lot of rounds. I mean, I won't dispute that. Why does somebody want a 30-round magazine? I don't know. I'd feel comfortable with a 10-round magazine. I mean, you know, it's not a big deal. But if you ban the 30-round magazine, what's next? What are they going to ban next? Guns altogether? Then we'd really be up Schitt's Creek. I am definitely not for banning any type of weapons. Now, if they did, I'd still be fine with it. I'd still have a gun, no matter what. This may not sound good to people, but I am for registration of firearms. I am also for, like, you need a driver's license to drive a car, and you can drive a car in any state in the entire country. I am for, you have to be 21 years or older to have a nationwide concealed weapons permit or to buy a gun in any state. So you have to be 21. You have to go through a psychological evaluation. You cannot be convicted of any felonies. You cannot be on any depression or anti-anxiety drugs, because that does, or been convicted of any type of drug use. If you've been convicted of a DUI, your rights just went out the freaking window. If you've been convicted of smoking pot, rights just went out the window. Just because a drug is prescribed by a doctor doesn't mean the drug and your concealed weapons permit go hand in hand. They don't. That will now distort your ability to use that firearm. I mean, some guy cuts you off on the road, now you're freaking off your chain, you pull the gun out and you blow him away. I mean, you know, would you do that if you weren't on these drugs? Probably not. You'd probably back off and say, this guy's an asshole, and let him go. I do it every day. But there are people out there that'll get in front of you and slam on their brakes. Hey, just pull off to the side. Know you got your weapon right next to you if the shit really hits the fan. And don't be afraid to fire through your window if you have to. I mean, I have no problem putting rounds through my windows if I had to. And somebody the other day called me a pussy because I like to carry the 10mm handgun. Well, I carry a caliber that I can handle and handle proficiently. If I couldn't handle the 10, I'd go with a 45. If I couldn't handle a 45, I'd go with a 40. If I couldn't handle a 40, I'd go with a 9mm. If I couldn't handle a 9mm, I'd go with 380. And if I couldn't handle a 380, well, I'll go with a 25 or a 22. And if you can't handle those, well, then you shouldn't be carrying a gun. And you need to be trained with, 40-hour training with this weapon as well. So, in order to get this license, which would be a nationwide license, it would be good from Florida to California to Washington State, all the way up to Canada. I know Canada's pretty crazy when it comes down to guns. They're like, ooh, gun, you know. It would be good everywhere. And that is what I would like to be seen. Not, an AR-15 Bushmaster rifle or an Olympic Arms or a Colt or, Rock River Arms or whatever just killed, 20 or 30 people. That's not the gun's fault. It's the person behind that gun's fault. And also, you need to be able to secure your weapons. Obviously, these people have access to these guns. They should not have had access to these weapons. They should have been away. They should have been locked up. If the family members knew they had some sort of mental instability, they should not have been even able to shoot these firearms, whether supervised or unsupervised. But unfortunately, you have people out there that just really don't care. I mean, it's basically the mental state. A firearm is one hell of a responsibility. Because if you screw up with a gun, I don't care where you are, screw up with a gun, law enforcement is going to hang you. The district attorney is going to hang you. The freaking judge is going to hang you. I mean, you keep your gun in your car and it accidentally went off and you put a round through your door and it killed some kid in the back seat of the car. Oh my God, you have no idea what would happen. Stay as safe as you can and just follow the rules. And that's basically the whole gist of it. I mean, we got off the beaten track, but I could talk about this stuff all day long and make these videos all day long on what I think gun control should be and what it shouldn't be. I could make a list and talk about it for hours and hours and hours. But basically this video was on the Glock 22 40 caliber, the upper. I did the lower a few videos back, and now this was the upper. Just basically changing out the spring and showing you now how easier it is to pull the trigger. Even though it was easy before, it's a lot easier now. And don't think because it's a less of a poundage of a spring that you're going to get a light striker hit on the primer. The gun's not going to go bang. Bull. Because eventually I'm going to start doing these videos where I'm out actually shooting these guns. Lately, I've been doing a lot of the Cerakoting and a lot of the hydro dipping, despite all the drama that's been going on, which I'm not even going to get into. I'm not going to get into any of this stuff anymore. If it goes away, it goes away. If not, you people make up your own mind on Black Devil Firearms. Okay, Lewis, Black Devil Firearms, 561-635-0000. Have a great day.